Good evening, or morning, or wherever you are. It's evening here. Another Lama Lab Test tonight to get through, because I need more data. So I'm just turning on my head units now. What I'm doing tonight is I have the Pioneer left-right on in pedal monitor mode. So that's high-speed spin scan analysis on the Pioneer. Just getting everything hooked up as we roll. Okay, and Tacx Neo. So Tacx Neo 1 on that unit. Assioma's on this unit. They're happy. And the Pioneer on this contraption here. There we go. Oh, it's... How do I turn the light on that thing? There. So my real-time spin scan, which will record both left and right at high speed, it can be exported. I can talk more about this as I ride through it. It's a pretty nifty little unit what this can do. Press start to record. Okay, and it reminded me to press start to record. There we go. All right. As we get everything going, I think I've got the microphone set up better too. The gain has been horrible on the mic, so let me know if the audio sounds okay through the mic. Let me know if the tunes are coming through as well. Indoor, indoor. Let's do it. Okay. And I've gone matchy with the kit. What do you think? Old school. Alrighty. What are they still beeping at? Okay, DI2's being picked up. DI2 will be asleep until you press a button on a ride. And I just changed gears there and it came alive. So I've already knocked out about 50 or 60k ride today outside, where I had a few issues. Didn't have the magnets placed correctly for the Pioneer unit for the pedal monitor mode, which is a bit of a bugger. Gary says the voice audio is okay. Excellent. Cheers, Gary. I watch back my live streams to make sure they're all okay and everything's all good with YouTube, and I really cringe at the audio, so I had a quick look at the microphone, made a few settings, turned the gain right down, turned the audio up a little bit. Hopefully it's okay. Alrighty. On the desert course again tonight. No heart rate synced. I wasn't in the room. Let's get that done right now. There we go. Liège-Bastogne-Liège is on tonight. So I've just had a coffee. I haven't had dinner yet though, so this is going to be a bit of a struggle session. But it's only 45 minutes, so we'll knock it out. Get some good data on the spin scan stuff from the Pioneer unit. I'm really keen to have a look at that. It's just think I'd love to be able to put that data up on screen. The spin scan. Oh, still getting my head around this unit. That out of focus, but you know what I'm talking about. So the goal of this one is to look at my left-right balance, which should be okay. And it doesn't really matter, even if your left-right is wonky, the Neo still records total power. Assioma's record total power. Me and Shimano power meters, Shimano base power meters, don't agree though. So if anybody's following along, playing the long game, if you remember my Watt Team video with the right side of the Watt Team power beat, the G3, and also the stage is right. Anyhow, it's a common thing. Pedal scan analysis, or the high speed pedal scan analysis, pedal stroke analysis, the torque, all the extra metrics that I get from the Pioneer head unit tonight might shed some more light on what's going on with erg mode and everything. So it's all good. And yeah, I just had a coffee, so I'm good to go. My heart rate's up, the watts are down. Carlos asks, how can I reset my Wahoo ticker heart rate? It's reading too high. take the battery out. That's pretty much it. I think they go to sleep, and that's about it. Never heard of a heart rate monitor reading high or reading low. Reading incorrectly, like erratically, but reading crazy. Don't know. Put a new battery in. Check the firmware updates. Load the Wahoo app. It's just the Wahoo Fitness app, not the Element Companion app. I've been using all of the above, but load the Wahoo Fitness app. Pair the heart rate monitor through that, and see if there's any firmware updates. So here you go. Carlos asking about the recent bug with erg mode on Zwift. I didn't encounter it because I was using the Neo. It appeared to be something to do with the kicker and the hammer, the H2, the Magnus, and the M2, which the Magnus was the M1. So Cyclops, and some people had the problem, some people didn't. Should be fixed. It's all good. I just thought I'd put a video out last night super quick because a lot of people were saying, is it my kicker that's stuffed? And I didn't, yeah, it's fixed now, but unlike this top, the sleeves are a bit short. So that's what that video was about, just a FYI. And if you're having trouble with the unit still, with Apple TV, etc. Yeah, it's a strange one. I guess from a technical perspective, I like seeing change logs with everything that's fixed or changed. Technical change logs is what I'm used to in the IT world. With Zwift, we just get it's a brand new road. And then under the covers, they sneak in all this extra stuff, all these changes, which is fine if it all works. But when things stuff up, it's a bit confusing for everyone. But then again, if you tell people what's changed, and it's not the issue, it becomes another problem. Anyhow. It's all good. Okay. Now I'm just doing the standard 10 minutes here in normal mode. I'll skip through this part of the erg mode session in a moment. So it's 200 watt steady state for 10 minutes into 250 watt steady state 10 minutes. Oh, that's a big eagle just flew over. Where my heart rate will go through the roof, and then into some overs and unders, and we'll call it a day. Kicker or Neo, which is best? Good question, Sean. If anybody had the answer to that, they'd make a lot of money. I think the answer is both, isn't it? I think Wahoo and Garmin / Tacx are both making money, so the answer is both. The reason why I use a Tacx Neo for these sessions is that the numbers are just spot on. So, no spin down, no calibration, and it's quiet for the live streams. The kicker is behind the green screen. It's still here in the Lama Lab, don't worry about that. And the core. Kicker core. Alright, nearly 1.6 million drops. I was looking at buying the Zwift safety bike, that towny bike, the shopping bike. I have the Buffalo bike, but I was after the safety bike. However, they doubled the price. They doubled the price in the drop shop. BB not so quiet. BB, bottom bracket. My chain's a bit noisy. Good to hear, Sean. You're off the spin bike onto a smart trainer. Just in time for the smart bike revolution to take over the world and for you to upgrade again. That's all good. Hey, Sean, let us know the experience of a smart trainer. Just tell us, just in a couple of words, the differences between a spin bike and you jumping on a smart trainer. What's a couple of the key things you've noticed? Is it a better ride? You get better workouts? Is it harder? Let us know. They increased the weight of the safety bike also. Look, I was after a heavy bike, or just a crappy bike anyway. I wasn't after it for performance, but it's unobtainium for me at 1.5 million drops. Is it 3.2? Let's go have a look while I warm up. Let's go have a look at it. I can't. I have to stop pedaling, don't I? So I've got to be 0 watts to get into the shop. Mark Hewitt asks if I've seen the train today. What train? I've got no idea what you're talking about. What train? I've never seen a train on here. Where are we? Zwift. You're killing me. You're killing me. Where's the safety bike? Oh, it's level 44. All right. And see, it's gone to 3.5 million drops. What's with that level? Okay, well, I'm shagged to no end because I'm level 34. There's the train! Ha ha! There we go! Toot toot! It exists! How's that for timing? Mark, are you driving the train? You're seriously driving the train, aren't you? You've done some background hackery. He knew that was coming. Oh, what a crack up. That was perfect timing, mate. I'll drop that drafting boost and see if I can catch the train. I haven't seen a roadrunner. I did see the... there's a cactus of some type there. I did see the eagle just before. God, I'm not feeling like doing a bloody erg mode session. Somebody from the US told me what those Willy Willies, the Dust Devils. Dust Devils. That's right, I was going to say I couldn't remember. It was Dust Devil. There needs to be a sheriff in town with like Zada on the shirt or something. There was a Roadrunner? Awesome. Hey, maybe for next April Fool's they could get us riding Roadrunners around. And crank up some music here. What's going on? There we go. There should be some slight tunes in the background. YouTube sent me 2 copyright notices the other day for playing these tunes in the background for videos 2 years ago. So hopefully these are royalty-free music, vlog music. That's why I'm not playing Taylor Swift's new hit single, Me. Not that I would, but we can't because we get done that. Speaking about that, and because the Taylor Swift demographic is absolutely who's watching now for sure. Her new single, Me, is definitely a copy of The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. Have a watch. Have a watch. Let me know what you think. It's cool. It's poppy. It's poppy, but not that poppy. Anyhow, back on track. Enough Taylor Swift. Want to talk S Club 7? Let me know in the chat. The reason why it comes up, I saw it somewhere, the Taylor Swift thing, and it popped up on, I subscribe to Apple iTunes Music, so out on the bike you can just say, hey, I won't say the word, play, popular songs, or play this or play that. And that was one of the songs that come up. What microphones do I use for the Lama drives? Do I just plug them into the phone? I use the Rode Lav mic Mobile. They're by Rode. They're out of Sydney, which is an Aussie company. So it's 2 separate microphones into a joiner, into one, usually into my phone here, and a voice recorder. And then I sync that later on with the GoPro footage. There are little lav mics called the Octopus. Ray's got me onto them, but I can't order them here in Australia. Which collect less ambient noise. They're a lot better for the filtering, because in the car the audio is really crap. You heard the last one, I sort of double filtered it and it sounded like shit. But M. Brown, can you buy replacement kicker counterweight spindles? You mean the flywheel? I'm not sure. If you're in Australia, FE Sports are brilliant for Wahoo support. They're the importer. So ping them. Otherwise, Wahoo support themselves are usually pretty good. Just give them the full detail of what you're after. Symptoms, details. Video of it happening is even better. They're usually pretty good. 15 minutes and here's me delaying hitting erg mode. Just... Maximum of 12 degrees here today, so I can't complain. I know people, it's a lot colder elsewhere, but coming from 34 degrees, 28 degrees, etc., into 12, not feeling it. But today was much better out on the bike. I put a head warmer on over my ears. Much better. All right, getting psyched. Nero Smart Rollers soon, coming soon. From Elite. I'm not sure. The other ones were, what are you beeping for? This auto paused. How did the Pioneer auto pause? Not enough watts. Yeah, I've had a quick go on a full review of. Okay, Pioneer is weirding me out with beeps. Of the previous edition of the Smart Rollers. They were fine. It's the skill set of rollers plus the interaction of erg mode and sim mode. But you get a bit sore on the saddle because you can't really move too much around on rollers. Cool but different. Exactly. Same but different. I did Elpda Zwift on that set of rollers and oh man, you're locked in because you can't stretch and get up out of the saddle or anything. Easily. You can do it, but not easily. You're usually just locked into rollers. Rollers are better for cadence work. But we'll see. If they've got more grunt and more ups and downs, we'll see how they go. We'll see how they run. Okay, let's bite the bullet. The Pioneer, how do I like so far? Yeah. I've got to collect more data. Now let me get this started as my machine may lose mouse. I'm oversurging USB ports here with this thing. Okay, we're in erg. Arg. So for those who have just joined, I'm using tonight the Pioneer power meter left-right with their head unit. Here, recording my spin scan, pedal scan. It's probably a little bit out of focus there, sorry. But I'm still almost 50-50. No, I'm not 50-50 at all. So that's recording both sides of the power meter over their own channels, Bluetooth, I believe, to the head unit that goes up to cycle sphere, which gives a ton of info about the whole pedal stroke and the pressure put on the... It's way over my head, but we'll have a look at the data if we can interpret it. It's happy days. It's all sourced from the issues that I have with Shimano power meters on the right-hand side during erg mode and steady states. Something that I don't encounter with pedals, any pedals, P1s, P2s, Vector 3s, Assiomas, all fine. Spider-based power meters, don't see the problem. Other non-Shimano based cranks, I don't see the problem with. Shimano ones, we're investigating. So that's what tonight's all about. Not so much a test of the Neo. We know the Neo is going to hold these watts. Can I? Is the question. The Flux versus... Why is this auto pausing again? Just one moment. Flux versus Neo, world of difference. If you can test ride, please test ride. I just talked about the Flux S. It's a little bit laboured in the pedal stroke, whereas the Neo, you get the whole... I mean, you're paying... You get what you pay for. Here's the quick one on that. Just going to see if I can turn off auto pause here. It's... Sensor tools, GPS. Oh. We've got GPS turned off. We'll see how. See if it's happy now. Alrighty, Liège-Bastogne Liège on tonight, or today if you're in the UK watching, or Europe. Sebastian asks, kicker and P1 pedals always seem to be off by at least 10 watts. Oh, welcome to the rabbit hole of hell. Sebastian, check out my video on how I compare power meters or power accuracy testing or trainer testing, or I think it's just type in GPLama compare power meters. I have a 30-minute video. Sorry, it's 30 minutes, but it takes you through the entire process that I go through to test trainers and power meters and how I compare them from the data collection that I use from the head units, the settings on the head units. 1-second recording is always handy. Calibration or zero offset at 10 minutes, which I've got to do on these in a second. The protocol for testing, then the downloading of the data, the comparison of the data, and then just looking at the left-right stuff. So there's a lot to it. 10 watts isn't too bad, but if you're talking 10 watts at 100 watts, there's a problem. 10 watts at 400 watts, that's pretty close. One of the last races for Sky in Team Sky kit before they become in Ineos. Is it Ineos? Also, while I drag out this one to 20 minutes. And we see Sinclair, our friend the dinosaur. Alright. We'll do a zero here of all these power meters. Alright, so if you want to have a look at the process, jumping off the bike, so nothing on the pedals at all. A couple of spins back. Pedals at 12 and 6, or cranks at 12 and 6. And this is where it matters. Okay, so we don't need to zero offset the Neo. Haha. But I will lap it though. No, we'll get rid of that. So it's just like a zero offset on the kitchen scales. Nothing on it. Press zero or tear, and it goes from scratch. Okay. That's the Neo done. Assioma Duos are connected to this little thing. Duo. Oh, focus. Calibrate. It couldn't focus on the top of my head. What's the Nero rollers? By Elite. Yep. Okay, zero cal. And crank width is correct on the Assioma Duos. Done. Now on the Pioneer unit, this is an interesting little device. About the same size screen as the Bolt, but a ton of data. Lots and lots of data on here. Over to calibration. There, I should do this with another phone or something, shouldn't I? And it's got a bit of a technical calibration process for this, but it does it probably out of focus, but for those playing at home. Sorry, it is out of focus. Left, right, success, cool. So bike nice and straight up and down, pedals at 12 and 6, zero offset performed. We are going to get stuck into it, sorry. I think that was a micro sleep. Any issues before connecting the Assioma Duos to the iPhone? Currently mine won't connect there, but are there when it searches? Not sure. The Assiomas, yeah, you do have to hit, when you open the Assioma app, it won't find them. You have to hit that top right hand corner, our looking glass, our magnifying glass, and then it will find them. That's just how it operates. It's just how the app works. So Dino is the name of the dinosaur, but Sinclair's the company. Oh, I can't call the dinosaur Sinclair. Holy shit, there's a spider on the wall. Holy crap. It's behind the camera, but Australia. He just crawled out of nowhere. There he goes. Come on, buddy. Well, we're locked into erg mode now. We're not going to deal with some spiders. There we go. First spider on the live stream. If he comes over this side, I'll move the camera a bit. I'll have a look. He's only little. Nah, he's not big. Here, I'll grab him. Oh, where'd he go? I got him. Come here, buddy. Come on. There we go. Oh shit. No, I really had him. Got him. He jumped around like nothing else. You watch, he'll jump. Yeah. Ready? Sorry, I'll get to this in a moment. This is a bit off topic, but we'll get this little dude outside. Come on, come here. Back in a sec. Alright. No, he's only a baby. Llama Drama Spider, how's that? I got him outside. Okay. No, you can't kill that. That little one was cute. He wasn't big either. It's just funny watching something crawl across the wall. Back in his head. No, there are bigger spiders out there, don't worry. I've just fed him to the bigger spiders. Geckos. Geckos are cool. Troy, do they whistle? I've heard of, like... There's geckos up in Townsville and Magnetic Island that whistle, or they just sort of have a little... It's not a hiss to them. Anyway, it says me ignoring erg mode. Come on. Let's get it done. We're zeroed off dead, aren't we? Free ride, okay. Let's start. Let's get it done. $200 it ain't so bad. Until about 6 minutes in. Numbers are interesting. Oh, did I just do the turnaround and not see? No, I'm still yet to go to town. Okay. I've done the average hack up here. Just as something else on the screen, not for any real reason, but just to have that shown. I think I'll do the U-turn here. It will automatically route me. I want to go to the forest. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but... The Mandrill Man is getting an Elite Dorito tomorrow. Any tips? No, not really, just unbox. If you're unsure of the unboxing process, I have a video on the Dorito. Yeah, good luck. Let me know how you go. Actually, one tip for the Dorito. Erg mode loves the small ring on the Dorito. Erg mode has a better operating zone with the little ring with a slower flywheel speed. So don't go whacking it in the 5311 trying to crank out erg mode efforts. Do it in sim mode, but erg, just slow that rear flywheel down a little and you should be able to hit those targets. All right. What's beeping at me? Performance condition from the Garmin. Okay. Kia ora. Is that hello in Hawaiian? Or have I just embarrassed myself by not knowing? If it is, I've learnt that from 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler. Let me know. What gear am I pushing on this one? 3617. Possibly. Small ring. Hello in Maori. Sorry. New Zealand. Haha. I love the movie Whale Rider. That is a brilliant movie. If no one's seen Whale Rider, grab yourself a download of Whale Rider and Flight of the Conchords after that. Beautiful movie. There's our new forest section not open yet. Can I go back and drop some ride-ons? Bang, I can, cool. You see the rider list just drop away there and come back. Indicates that we've switched zones or worlds or virtual somethings on Zwift server side. Alright, how's the heart rate? 160. We'll get through this. Boy is another movie from New Zealand. B-O-Y, Boy. What else is from NZ? File Lap. Mr. knows the movie, yeah. I think the ending's pretty sad. What else is... New Zealand have a really, really good... Is it homegrown? National movie funding? Government movie funding? Lord of the Rings? Not as much as a New Zealand movie, but... Pav, Crowded House. What about Russell Crowe? You can keep him. Is he New Zealand? Hunt for the Wilder People. Yes, there we go. Okay, tonight's Lama Lab Test is brought to you by All Things New Zealand. Gonna throw a U-turn here. Go back to the desert to finish this off. We're not claiming ownership of any New Zealand famous people who was it Russell Crowe was throwing phones? Who was throwing phones? I can't remember. Anyway, I also blame New Zealand for neck minute. Just riding on Zwift. Neck minute. It was him, okay. If you have the companion app, pop it open now and find me in the app there. Give me a ride on and you'll see it pop up on the screen here. Probably about a 15, maybe 20-second delay. But you should see the thumb fly down. Alan Daniel, how you doing? $1.6 million drops, let's go. Oh, shout outs and hats offs to the German crew who did 500 kilometers on Zwift yesterday. Late last night they were at 140 kilometers, inviting me to come and ride with them. I'm not riding at 11 o'clock at night. So I dropped by and said g'day. And they said they'd still be riding in the morning. They had 8 kilometers to go when I woke up. So they got it done. But I couldn't join them. I slept in. Alrighty. Through the wood. I like this wooded section here. So I'm keen when they open up that other part of the course. She's just around the corner here. How's my left-right balance looking? Haha. It's looking good on one power meter and not on the other. There's another deep dive I'll have to go into one day, that if you have left-right balance, but your left or your right isn't reading the same, not through anything you're doing, but just through the mechanics of it reading different, then it's useless data. Your left-right's going to be wonky for no reason. What mic am I using right now? I'm using a Blue Yeti. If you just type in, or a Yeti Blue Yeti. It's just out of shot. I'm using it, I had the gain really screwed up for my last few ride throughs, so I fixed that. Hopefully it's coming through nice and clear. I tend to shout at the screen. Cool, you know the one. It comes in black or silver. Ray's got the silver one, I've got the black one. USB. It's the old school USB type too. What's for dinner, asks Troy. Mate, whatever's on Uber Eats, I think. And I think in Ballarat at 9 o'clock at night, our choice is going to be pretty slim. It might be Safeway. Or a Macca's run. Though I haven't had a Macca's run today. Alright, Neo's holding nice and smooth. While I'm working up a bit of a sweat. We'll talk less or less sense when it bumps to 250. Yes, I can do a noise filter, a noise gate. I've got one on. Let me just try to turn it up a little bit. But as soon as you turn it up, that's up a few percent. Let me know how that sounds. As soon as you turn it up too high, it sounds like you're underwater. And I'd rather have ambient than underwater. Let me know how that goes. I just made the change just then. I can change it pretty quick on OBS here. Might not get rid of the chain, but you might hear me whine a little less. Safeway. What is it? Woolies elsewhere? Chain noise is authentic. There we go. Yeah, because it's kind of weird huffing and puffing on the spot, not knowing what you're actually doing. I could be stomping grapes here for all anyone knows. I have the Tacx Grape Stomper. Bit more noise, thank you. Can do. I'm just a bit worried that the voice is going to get a little bit shittier. I'm going to bump it up another couple of points there. Negative 25 dB noise suppression. Let me know. If it's too much, we can go back. We can go back. I really need the Assiomas in front of me. Ugh. I'm just going to put that head unit there. Make sure I get the left-right balance okay. Alrighty. There should be tunes in the background, maybe. If it's still playing, just crank that a little. Not feeling it, not feeling it. Potato cakes. What do they call potato cakes elsewhere? Like flipjacks or something, are they? 8 minutes of this. Shit. Alex, jump on SBS Cycling Central. They should have the times there. Yeah, now I'm hurting. Be good to see Matthews get the win tonight. Being an Aussie. Alan Phillip though, really. Oof, on fire. Pedal stroke stuff still doing its thing. Just and I have one power meter saying 50-50 balance, the other one saying 55-45 balance. Same sides measured. Might be changing back to my power saddle, I think, from this Pro Stealth. Getting a bit of, how do we say, numrod? Any squeaking noises on the Flux 2, grab a video of it with your phone, shoot it over to Tacx support, they'll diagnose it from there. They're good at diagnosing noises. Yeah, heart rate's going up now. 8 PM erg mode. Super flow. Okay. Noted. Thank you, Lewis. Yeah, outside's not bad, especially these steady state ones where I've got to keep the cadence up. What am I on, 101? 20 minutes. Trying to be as smooth as possible. I typically don't Zwift in a jersey, but for streaming, you have to cover the boobs. Minutes. Oh god. Yeah, some streamers go shirtless, but I try to minimize getting in trouble. For those playing the long game, that includes having my channel shut down for trying to help people download audio and ping for copyright and all that kind of shit that goes on with creating content. So if I can keep my shirt on and keep my channel, I can keep doing what I'm doing. They take it away, I go right off into the sunset. I have no need to appeal to the female audience, though I do welcome them. That's one thing I was speaking to Von about yesterday, is that the technology that both Ray and I cover in the Fitfile podcast, it's not gender specific. It doesn't matter. Which is kind of cool. There's no him or her wars. There's differences in physiology, sure. And stay tuned this week for a small discussion on that in a positive way. But it's cool not having to... Hey, technology is technology. Power meter is a power meter. Head units, training is, oh, we don't do too much training stuff, but I thought that was pretty cool anyway. Gender agnostic. Oh, now there's an idea of having the girl and Von do a podcast take over the show. But then I have to still edit it and produce it. No, I'd be up for that for sure. Other perspectives is always good, always good. Constructive perspectives. There's always deconstructive perspectives. But they don't move things forward. It's about elevating others, helping out where we can. If we're in a privileged position to do things ourselves, to share it with others, and just keep it rolling forward. Poppy 7 and Ruby 4. Looking forward to going on their bikes. Wear your helmets and ride really, really fast. That's my advice. So many podcasts. Yeah, there are. And we hesitated on releasing ours or reviving Ray's podcast. There's only a certain amount of time in the day. We get that. But they're relatively fast to produce. And if we can, again, share what we're doing, other people have better experiences for that. Our tagline is making you a more informed athlete, whereas the Trainer Road podcast is making you a faster cyclist. Just sticking to those goals. It's all good. I've got to do a sprint in a second, don't I? All right. No, there's space for everyone with podcast. Everyone has their niche. There's definitely enough people for everybody to have their own audiences too. And a lot of crossover. Thanks, Emerson, for the feedback. We're getting better. I am reading from a script most of the time because it's easier that way. I'm definitely not now though. The only script I'm reading from is having to sprint in 10 seconds. That's a real pain face. Fuck. Those ones just give me a chance to have a look at the power meters in comparison with each other, how they respond and peak out. Not really a sustained sprint. I don't have a sustained sprint that long for that much, so. All right, good luck, Poppy and Ruby. And remember, if it's not on Strava, it never happened. Sorry, I don't mean to be trolling you girls, but they've got to be on Strava. Oh. That's awesome to hear you got kids on bikes. The kids on bikes at Sea Otter was just brilliant. Just brilliant. Around Sea Otter, the trade show / bike festival that I was at 2 weeks ago over in Monterey, they got it. They got it when it comes to the next generation. They had kids on bikes, little helmets, little pump track, skill sessions, little races, getting everyone involved. That's what it's about, because if you don't look after the next generation, they're going to be playing esports. Oh, whoops. You know what I mean. Whew. 100 watchers. I appreciate everyone dropping in to say g'day. If you're just lurking, thanks for viewing. If you're chatting away, thanks for your input. It's the chats here that I do these live streams for. I could do Lama Lab Test anytime, anywhere, even offline, but I really like bringing everyone along, having a chat, and just getting feedback in real time. Nothing up my sleeve, no scripts, not many products, so we can't really ignore them. We have to ride with them all the time. Not esports, e-racing. Alex has a very good definition there. I was listening to a podcast today that I was referred to. Someone was discussing the future of esports, the computer game esports. And one of the key things he was saying was that esports appeals to everyone because, or it can appeal to everyone. There's no restrictions on your height, your weight, your gender, your fitness, physical fitness. There was no physical barriers there for people to get into Fortnite and all the very popular esports. And that hit home, not in a good way, but it gave me a better understanding of why esports and Zwift. Still, I love it, and I've supported it from years ago. We've been to Vegas racing this, representing Australia. We've been to London, way ahead of the curve there. We were racing on Jarvis Island from day zero. I love it and I fully support it. But the comparison with standard computer games is, it's a long straw to pull, because you can't practice this for 8 hours a day. This sport, this what you're watching right now, has some pretty cruel, very cruel limitations for body types and even gender. So it's not one and the same. It really isn't. Hang on, I'll discuss more after I get these over and unders done. We have work to do. Not saying it's a bad thing, but we need to identify the differences so we don't just keep saying, oh, the Fortnite crowd will love Zwift. No. Or the Zwift crowd will love Fortnite. Well, maybe. It's a computer game. Jose from Portugal, thanks for dropping by. Let me get stuck into, 350 watts. That just kicked me straight in the butt. Mental game. Not there. Okay, that's a first in a long while. Ergmo just came up and bit me on the ass. I knew it was coming, I didn't know it was going to hit that hard. Okay, next one I'll ride into it. Better mental game, ready? It's only 350, it's not too much, but it's about hitting it like that. Smooth as silk. So the way the trainer responded was exactly the same. The way I responded to that was so much better the second time. Jack Tomo, how you doing? Today's Lama Lab Test is brought to you by all things New Zealand, such as Russell Crowe, Pavlova, Far Lap, Whale Rider, Boy, and Lord of the Rings. We've discussed this earlier. Okay, 450. Don't fight me in the ass. Oh, it still did. All right. How good is the Neo roller? Sean, I'll let you know when I have one and I'm not at 450 watts. Hayden from Texas. How are we doing? Haven't been to Texas. It's on my list for sure. How do I talk and hold 450? It's the part after 450 that I struggle with. It's a recovery. And these are only short. Short and smooth. Boom! Oh my golly. Because I didn't want to say, oh my God. That's been cooked. Piano from the Netherlands. All right, there we are. We have the data. It looked pretty good. Well, the collection of the data looked good. The numbers, we'll look at it later on. Oh. Whereabouts in Texas without revealing your exact geolocation? Which city, Hayden? Peter, you're the first person you've subscribed to. That is awesome. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. It still amazes me that well, it was Maven who told me to pick up the camera, cycling Maven. He's like, you've got to have a YouTube channel. I'm like, who the hell would watch me? But Maven convinced me, so kudos to Maven there. And I've just kept chugging along, sharing what I'm doing. Not much has changed, to be honest. It's just that now I have a camera and bring everyone else along. But behind the scenes, there's a shit ton going on. But where I can, I'll grab the camera and share that out. And it's good. It blows me away that, what do we have, 108 people watching now. I do appreciate it. I don't see myself as a YouTuber, and I know that sounds stupid, but Josh Fabritag, right on. Flag user live. No, Josh, I'm not going to flag you, man. Level 45, Josh has done 20,000 kilometers on Zwift. And in the last 30 days, he's done 644 Ks. Right on, Josh. All right, let's have a quick look at this data here. Boom. Alrighty, standard Lama Lab Test there. I forgot to put my heart rate early on. That's what that's about. Stupid Lama. Heart rate paired, crappy warm-up. I'd already ridden today, so the warm-up really wasn't that important. The legs were good to go. The head wasn't. Nice and smooth through here for the 200 watt section on the Neo. Bangs up to 250. Heart rate there just slowly creeps up and stabilizes at about 174. Fitness analysis there. I'm pretty shit at the moment, but I'm still having fun. So as long as I can get through these, throw in a sprint at the end. And there's the heart rate lag right there if you can see it on screen. So maximal sprint there, and it still takes about 10 to 15 seconds for the heart rate to catch up and respond to that and recover. That's why I always hurt a lot more after the efforts. Not during, because they're not really long enough for those sprints. Drops down as I have a bit of a chat, get caught out right there. Slow ramp. And all good. I'm not going to worry about another 400 watt section for a minute in erg. Oh, sorry, in sim mode, so doesn't really matter. What's a down on average? It's probably because my warm-up was so shit. There's my analysis of the ride. All right, over to the chat, see what I've missed. Fort Worth. Awesome. Aussie GCN. Stefan asks about the Assioma with the uneven discharge. There's no update yet, right. Okay, so a few people have reported with their Assiomas that one pedal would just discharge really quick. I've had it happen once. One side just discharge in a couple of days, and then it was fine. Fine, so it hasn't happened since. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, the team at Assioma are looking at it. If it's happened to you, there is a firmware update out from them under beta testing, under certification at the moment. I don't have it. I think a few people have been given it to test to see if it works and fixes their problem. My theory on what's happening is there's a possible Bluetooth connection being left open to the pedal and it's not going to sleep. That would make sense because if it's discharging in 2 days, what's that? Let's just say your average battery charge is about, it's got what, 60 hours per pedal. Maybe you've used it for a little bit, it's got 48 hours, these are 2 days. If it's disconnected, it hasn't gone to sleep. So, as a test, just reboot everything Bluetooth that's connected to that, either your Apple TV, or just shut your Apple TV off if you're using Apple TV and Zwift, or Trainer Road, Full Gas, Cypherfest, etc. On your phone, just do a reboot of your phone or your iPad. What else? That's just a random off the top of my head theory which could be happening. It may be totally crap, but hey, just keep throwing enough stones, you'll break the windows one day. Other questions? Have I done a video on the video setup? How have I do it all? It's a very meta one. I haven't covered a lot about what equipment that I use to make YouTube channels. It's a bit too meta. I'll still do it though. The green screen, check this out. I'll cover the green screen soon, but that's what it looks like without the green screen. That's another big light. There are all my race numbers. So it looks a little different without the green screen. But I'll cover all of that. That's just simply, just quickly, if it's a green screen, good lighting, a webcam, and using a chroma key to remove the green. So if I put my bottle up here, which has green text on it, you'll probably see straight through it. You can. It's removing the green text on my bottle. The green screen still fascinates me for technology. Being able to remove that and do my, like the digital Peloton news or any of the Zwift stuff or any videos that I make without that crappy background. The green screen is just, it's super cool. Live streams, and that's all done with OBS. So yeah, I do have a lot of equipment here though. I have, yeah, obviously the phone, the OBS Stream Deck, the microphone set up with a few filters. Sorry, I'm just got lost in the questions there. 82k is nuts, but the content is really good. Refined Images. So Refined Images agrees that I shouldn't have anywhere near this amount of subscribers. Sharky Evil. How accurate is the cadence from your Neo? Here's me grabbing for a drink bottle that's not there, it's next to me. Is the cadence from the Neo 2? Mine doesn't work at all. Contact Tacx. The Neo 2 cadence sensor should be accurate as anything. It has a cadence sensor in the body of the unit. It doesn't estimate cadence from the pedal stroke going up and down, or the torque, etc. There was issues with 0.18 of the firmware. 0.19 was meant to fix it. Ping Tacx on that one. Let them know your details. And as much details as you can provide Tacx, the better. If you can give them all data, what firmware you're on, how to repeat what you're up to, what software you're using. Try and get the jump on them asking you a ton of questions first. Okay, so Assioma discharge covered. Still a work in progress on that one, but I haven't encountered it still. Cadence done. 4i power meter. Do I recommend or Power Tap for 3 times the price? At this point, the 4i FSA crank, brilliant. Done. Problem solved. It passed pretty much every test that I threw at it. Well, as good as any other power meter, so that was cool. Power meter left is good for me. Stay tuned on power meter for 4i left and right. That's a work in progress on that one. I've had it on the bike for a few days, got a ton of data. Just diving into that and what's going on. Not a bad thing, but it's part of what I'm up to tonight with the Pioneer. Grabbing this high peed. I'll pee after this, but the pedal stroke stuff on here. You can see the 2 things down the bottom there, grabbing my left and right independent, seeing how I'm turning the pedals. Friends with 4 eyes and they're happy. Yeah, look, the company, they know their shit. The background of 4 eyes is that they invented Ant Plus, or the guy behind 4 eyes invented Ant Plus, sold that to Garmin, or sold that to Dynasty Unit, Dynastream, so it's all interlinked. They invented Ant Plus, moved on to power meters. It's all good. F1 time. Oh, where are they racing? Anyway, bang away with questions. I'm just cooling down. I'm just chilling. So if you have any questions, bikes, content, YouTube. I'm going to put my green screen back up. Ready? It's magic. That's cool. The cow, okay. Oh, that's where the car got demolished in practice, didn't it? One of the man covers flew off and demolished the car. Then they dropped the car when they were trying to remove it. Right, webcam Brio. So if I actually take off the chroma key, that's what it looks like. It's all green, and the chroma key just does that. Probably even better on this one. That's it there. So that's what the webcam is seeing on top of the television in front of me, and the chroma key, which is to remove green, does that. It's magic. It really is. Do I still use a kicker climb, Steve? When I've got a compatible trainer in here, yeah. I'm on the Neo at the moment though, so it doesn't support the Neo. The crane truck carrying the car hit an overhead bridge. Oh God. That's not funny. I mean, someone's obviously screwed up. But Okay, Luca, stages dropouts. Luca, what model stages do you have? Is it Gen 1, 2, or 3 stages? Let me know on that one. The reason being is stages 1 and 2 had, let's call them quiet radios, for lack of a better term. Or for lack of me knowing any more than that. Gen 2, yeah. Oh, bam! Look who just got level 35. Okay, here's one to try, and you won't like the answer for this one. If your head unit is on an out front mount, try put your head unit just as a test for science, not for anything else. Put your head unit on your stem rather than on an out front mount. It's okay if you don't want to go on group rides with your head unit on your stem because it looks a bit dorky. It's okay. Go for a ride, just test it out and see if you get dropouts. I am kidding. You can put your head unit wherever you want, but that is a solution from stages because the distance of the radio signal isn't as far as what it could possibly be, or would like it to be. Fixed in Gen 3 stages. It's funny, if you want to find out what's screwed with other previous versions, look at what they're fixed in the next version. That's why it's always difficult for a company to release a new product with all the specs if it's not available straight away, because no one will buy the existing stuff. Not to say it's bad, but just to say it's. Let's go through the. We'll go back to the forest and we'll jump out on the main road. So give that a test if you haven't already. I'm assuming it's mounted on the out front mount. If that's it, you've got an answer for what's going on. As for fixing that though, don't know. Probably worse. If you're on a larger bike, maybe a 56, 58, 61 bike, the distance is a little further from your crank. Could be a problem. Speed 13.76.4. Looking to upgrade the Garmin 530. So I'll pull out the chats on him. Gee, the Garmin 530 or a Wahoo Element Bolt. Not sure which one to get. Also want to get a dual-sided power meter. Current computer's getting old. Garmin 510 asks speed 13.76.4. I tell you what, there's a ton of new features on the 530s and the 830s. Yeah, 830s from Garmin. A ton of new features that I'll never use, but I want to have to play around with. Tons of love for the Element Bolt out there. Still. So, depends what you focus on. The one core thing for the Element units is people just love is that the setup is just easy. It's iPhone easy. Scan the QR code. It's the only QR code I ever use. Scan the code. It pairs. Hit go. Hit next. And away. You're done. And the screens are nice to look at. Okay, Chubby Chris asks about the Elite Drivo Turbo. The Drivo uses stages for power. The reading is never stable in erg mode compared to using Elite's power. Is it common? So Chris, I'm guessing you're using power match. So the trainer for the smart control and the power meter for the power reading. Look, the Drivo's accurate enough. I'd try just pairing both to the Elite Drivo as a power source and a controllable trainer. Typically gives a better experience for erg mode because there's no feedback loop. Trying to go from the what resistance am I doing to the trainer, what's your power number, back to the controlling head unit or computer, back to the trainer, back to the power meter, and just taking all in that. There's just this loop going in. It can be a little smoother with the using the same power source as the trainer. It's still there, it's not external though, much. That's in my experience. I'm sure there's a better technical explanation for that, and that's totally cool. We had a grill truck lose traction on a hill. Oh, that's what insurance is for. Jake Mitchell asks, the 830 or the 1030? That's a very, very good question. I've got a 1030. It doesn't go very far from my site. having used the 830, I had a holder raise. The screen is just fast. So I'm gonna, as soon as I can get a hold of the 830, I'm buying the 830. Is the Tacx Neo my favorite trainer? It's my favorite trainer for doing exactly what I'm doing now, which is comparing power meters in erg mode. Nice and stable, can hold a sprint for what I need to do, and is nice and quiet for the stream. So my favorite trainer for live streams for now. For racing, for training, intervals and things, give me the Lama Revolution any day. Non-smart, no Ant Plus, no Bluetooth. It's a dumb trainer, but I love that thing. For racing and everything else, on Zwift I'd go the Kicker Core, any generation Kicker with a big flywheel. For racing or just riding along. So there's no one size fits all. But if you pick top of the line, if you've got a Drivo, I call it Dorito top of the line, it's close enough. Core, even the Snap gives a pretty good experience. If you're not, but my use case is a little different to everyone else, apart from a few others who do the same as what I do. So you can't go too wrong. And as always, if you're doing a big purchase, purchase local, purchase from somewhere that's going to support you after sales, and you'll be all good. Troy had a Neo for 12 months. What maintenance should I be doing? He asks. Troy, mate, have a look at my video on Tacx Neo maintenance. There's a bit of greasing of the spacers behind the flywheel. Sorry, not behind the flywheel, free hub. Put a bit of grease on those. Check the poles in the free hub. Maybe a bit of grease on those, just to keep it active. And just clean the cassette. I've done a video on stopping the creaks. My Neo doesn't creak anymore. That involved me just pretty much blasting all the hinges with a wax-based lubricant, which is not recommended, but it got the job done. Carbon wheels, are they worth it for the weekend warrior? Hell yes. Hell yes. Now look, carbon wheels, they're super common now because disc wheel bikes, you can put carbon on the rims and you're good to go. You're not going to wear the rims out. I mean, you don't need to go zip 404s or 485s or 4 whatever's they are. Like, your marginal gains ain't going to help your weekend warrior, but just have a bike that rolls nice. If you can afford one. A lot of people say, and people buy these high-end bikes and don't race them or don't push them hard. Still, if I could drive a Ferrari around at 60 kilometers an hour, I'd still rather drive a Ferrari around at 60 kilometers an hour. Same things with bikes. If you've got nice equipment, it's all good. And I guess, more importantly, if it wants you to go out and ride your bike. Sorry, I'll bring up the string. More interesting. So getting this new Giant with carbon wheels, I've definitely gone out and done more Ks. Because I like riding a new bike. I just wish I could afford a new bike every couple of months. Alright. And typically, like, higher end equipment has better bearings, better finishing to everything. Maybe not less maintenance, maybe the same, depending on your riding. But there's no answer there to say X or Y is the way to go. Alright, we'll knock out the 35Ks. It's time for dinner. Is the women's Liège-Bastogne-Liège streaming? That's my next question off the bike. Oh, sorry, Aaron. Yes, you mentioned before the new firmware for the Core 1.08. Yeah, I'll have to go back and check. I know 1.06 was out, and I was either waiting for 1.08 or waiting for the one after that. I'll have to have a look. Yeah, the new Roubaix was nice. It was. Lama. G'day. G'day, Steel. Bam. Have a ride on. I'm not sure of the RRP of the new Roubaix in Australia, the price. I became a bit blurry. Okay. If I do that, it'll autofocus. Maybe. Come back to me. I'm watching the stream on the other thing just to monitor it. Yeah, it's gone to shit, sorry. Go out, Shane, sheep patrol. It's too dark for sheep patrol, I can't even see the sheep. Alright. Yep, the age based on the age. While I'm here, sorry if everyone's a beta tester for me, but Logitech camera settings. I may be able to advanced. Ready? Autofocus off. Look like something off. I can change things around a little bit. Autofocus usually is okay. Oh god, I'm in sim mode. Hill. RIP of the Roubaix, New Zealand, yeah. Okay, I'm keen to play this one back, this stream, to make sure my audio is good with the gain I've switched over. Anyhow, we'll almost wrap it up at 36k. Thanks to everyone for dropping in. I do appreciate the company. These streams aren't about me, they're about the chats up above. So if you've contributed, I do appreciate it. Gives me a good perspective of what's happening, what people are watching, and which saddle I should buy. Oh, look at Desert Flats entry. I haven't gone in this way. I'm going to go straight. As always, make sure you hit like on this if you enjoy the streams. And that subscribe button is what helps keep things ticking along and the channel relevant to the YouTubers and the YouTube algorithm. So I do appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for dropping in and saying good day. And thank you for allowing me to do a different range of content. I think that's also an important one. I don't thank people enough for that. A lot of the time, if someone's a vlogger, they sign up for the vlogs. If they want tech stuff, they just sign up for tech stuff. But I've been able to, I guess, carve out a bit of a channel over here with just driving in the car and talking to my wife about bikes, dropping the Zwift tips videos, which do really well. I can whip those up nice and quick just to share out any tips, even through to my longer play trainer reviews and power meter guides and things. So I didn't think I'd be able to get away with that. I thought people would be like, get out of here, stick in your lane. But look, it's just what I'm up to. It's all bikes. And it's all a part of sharing back a lot of this knowledge that's been passed on to me from the years and years of racing at club level. And just getting tips and things passed my way. So that's what a lot of the content was about early on. And now it's about, I'm in a privileged position to get access to a lot of cool equipment and ride those. So to share that experience, if you're not buying every new trainer that's out there, you can drop into my channel and see my take on it. And what power meter I'm up to, what I'm using, and just generally having a bit of fun on bikes. So again, I do appreciate all the support. It means a hell of a lot. It's motivating to keep doing what I'm doing. We're going to the finish line. Got to get to the finish line. What do I think the next innovation is for trainers in the near future? I'll get back to you on that one. I don't know. Trainers are a solved problem, I think. Like power meters. Power meters are a solved problem for some companies, not for others. Sean Price dropping in from Canada. I've got to head to Canada one day soon. It's on my list as well. Texas and Canada. Mark says he's buying his influence by me. Hopefully in a positive way, but also to keep your wallet in your pocket for a few things. Somebody today on Facebook left some deconstructive feedback about that I only cover stuff that I like and I slag on things that I don't like. Yeah, it was meant as a bit of a go at me, but Nailed it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you about shit that I don't like. There's no reason to do that. I'm not writing stuff I don't like. Yeah. I'm not an advertisement channel, sorry. I've got privileged access to a few things, and I don't mean that in a smart-ass way, as in I have the trainers to ride and tell people what they're about, so that's what I'm sharing. Alright, if I turn around, I'll get 38Ks. It's a Zwift effect. That circle there we go, dropped on, right on. See free. Alright, Liège Best on Liège coming up very soon. Just hitting that circle button there, you can see the ride-ons dropping out. Any runners on course? No runners out there at the moment. Alright. Canada will welcome with open arms. Hey, that Canada hoodie. Brian from Forks Bicycles sent me that Canada hoodie. And I love a good free t-shirt or a hoodie. Alright. Come on, 38Ks. Don't make me pedal a little bit more. Come on, Zwift. 38, come on. Excellent. That's what we like. Alright. Have a good day, everyone, wherever you're watching from. Enjoy the Liège Best on Liège. Let me know in the comments below your hot tips for Liège, but not during the replay of this because you would have seen the result. My money's on. Let's go with Matthews. Matthews. We need an Aussie to win a classic. All right. We'll see you all soon.